Hey, what's going on, everyone? It's Walt here from Down the Block Sports, and today I want to talk about the NBA. A former All Star and its current team has agreed to part ways. What I want to talk about is where that former All Star is going to end up. Again, I'm Alec Walt. This is Down the Block Sports. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more of my exclusive content. Yes, that star player is John Wall. Wall and the Houston Rockets agreed Wall won't play for the team as both sides work together on a trade. Now, Wall isn't exactly the hottest trade target because there are some major red flags that teams aren't exactly going to be attracted to. First, his injury history. Since 2016-17, Wall has missed more games due to injury than he's played. Over this period, Wall's teams have played a total of 286 games. He dressed in 105 of them. He's had five left knee injuries, 2 right knee injuries, 1 heel, and 1 Achilles injury, all during that span. In 2017-2018, he played 41 games, 18-19, 32. 19-20 was when he missed the entire season with an Achilles injury. He gets traded to the Rockets and plays 40 games last season. He injured his hamstring and missed the remainder of the 2021 regular season. And here we sit today in September and will move on from the Houston Rockets. Now, not only is he a star player that is frequently injured, he is someone who is owed a lot of money. This upcoming season, he's owed $44.3 million. And next season, he has a player option for $47.3 million. Most of you can guess here, that's not something he's going to decline. So you're adding someone who is injury prone, owed a lot of money, and we're at a time in the offseason where it's not as easy to make moves. A lot of teams have spent money in free agency, made major trades, don't have a ton of cap space to work with. And someone worth $44.3 million next year and has dressed in less than half of his team's games over the last 5 years is now trying to find a new team. Now, the real question here is, who the heck is that team going to be? Because, again, he's not the most attractive. Now, one thing that does help a potential trade here for the Houston Rockets is the Rockets do have a solid amount of draft picks. They've been very involved in trades over the last few years. They have a first-round selection, whichever one is higher, top 14 protects between Brooklyn or Miami. In 2023, they have a first-round pick from Brooklyn or themselves, whichever one is higher, as well as a Milwaukee Bucks first-round selection. In 2024, they have a Brooklyn first-round selection. They have a ton of different picks they can add to a deal if they were to trade John Wall, because he has negative trade value right now. If you're a team that's going to absorb a salary like this, you want to make sure you get something else in return. Now, obviously, when you're the Houston Rockets, you're not shopping someone like Jalen Green, Christian Wood, or Kevin Porter Jr. So you got to think one of those picks is going to be included in a potential deal. Now, when you look at the teams that he could possibly go to, the only one that has really the cap space, and you still have to absorb a little bit of salary to make this work, is the Oklahoma City Thunder. They're a team that's already been active on the trade market this season, acquiring Kemba Walker, then, of course, buying out after the fact, with the Boston Celtics, including Al Horford and some Moses Brown going back to the Celtics. One reason they did the deal was because the number 16 pick in this past draft went to the Oklahoma City Thunder. They have an insane amount of draft picks from some of the trades they've made over the last couple of years. Insane. You know, they've made it clear if they're willing to make moves and add salary if you give them a draft pick. So you got to think immediately, if there's going to be a potential trade partner, it's the Oklahoma City Thunder. Now, other teams around the league who could likely move salary to possibly make a move. You look at a team like Toronto, they have Goran Dragic, who's a good, not great point guard. Of course, a draft pick would also go their way. You look at a team like the Cleveland Cavaliers. Kevin Love has been asking for a trade forever. Of course, going from Cleveland to Houston is not exactly an upgrade, but they're a team that can move some salary and some draft picks to possibly make a move. But when you look at the John Wall market right now, it's not great. We're talking about again before is someone who barely plays. We're talking about someone who is owed millions of dollars. I wouldn't be surprised if we went into the season and Wall was still on the Rockets but not playing. Who wants to take the risk of adding someone who's that injured, who owed that much money? The final option, of course, is agreeing to some sort of buyout, but again, he's owed money north of $90 million over the next 2 years. So it's just an insane amount of money attached to John Wall to make any deal work. It's going to be really tough for the Rockets here to find some sort of trade partner as we get ready for the 2021-2022 NBA regular season. What do you think of John Wall and the Houston Rockets? Feel free to comment that below. Where do you think he's going to end up and play in the 2021-2022 season and beyond? Feel free to comment that below. Also, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to Down the Block Sports for more of my exclusive content. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in, and we will see you very soon.